Hello everybody, Suzanne Kellner-Zinck with Dawning Visions Hypnosis here to teach you how to put yourself into a hypnotic trance state. Now, I understand that there's a lot of people on YouTube who have wonderful hypnotic inductions. Some of these people call them meditations to not scare people away. However, they're putting you into an altered state. That's the hypnotic state. So, what you need to know is, although those people are wonderful, and I do actually use some of them myself, I particularly like Brian Scott and Paul McKenna for this particular purpose, there is a real great benefit to being able to learn how to do this for yourself, because you can do it anywhere that it's safe for you to do it. A place where you can relax, where you can close your eyes safely, is a great beginning. So I'm going to lead you through the steps for how to go about doing this, because it is a really great skill, not just to help you be in an emotionally sane place during these insane times that we're living in, but also because I have found that there have been many opportunities that I have created by doing what we call hypnosis land as future pacing. That means having an idea of something that we want to create for ourselves and putting it in our future, which I do all the time. It's actually how I have been able to take a lot of the trainings that I've wanted to take over the years. It's how I figured out how to get to Israel, not once but twice. Well, journaling was one time, but the second time was hypnosis, because that's when I came up with going to a master's program at the International School at the University of Haifa to bring me back to the Mediterranean Sea. I didn't really care where in the Mediterranean Sea. I've been to a few different places along the Mediterranean Sea, including in Israel and in Spain, and I just love the Mediterranean. And that's how I got back there several years later. It's also helped me to see myself going to the ATM to get money out to pay my rent, which needs to happen on a regular basis, and so many other things have come into my life, like trips to Africa, not once, but actually I've been there 4 times, 2 times to Morocco, but I'm not counting them. I'm counting the 2 times that I went to Africa to bring my hypnotic work to the people in the developing world. And I did it once as a paid professional, working with a really wonderful family in Nairobi, still in contact with a kid who I helped back in the day, who is 19, who's now in his 30s, and doing very well. Thank you very much. And also for a nonprofit trip to Uganda, which one of my trainees put together to help us to bring a non-medical pain control device, i.e. a stress ball with some relaxing scent in it, with a little hypnotic mantra for the women who are having contractions for childbirth, who couldn't afford anesthetics, as well as for breast biopsies for those who need to be checked for breast cancer. Both amazing trips. And I also was able to teach some students who are in a master's program in psychology how to do hypnosis and how to bring it into their practices, which was a whole lot of fun as well. So I've been able to use this little technique for so many different things over the time that I've learned how to do hypnosis. Back in 2002 was when I really learned how to do it. But to be honest with you, it took me a little while to get really good at going into trance, quickly, effectively, and deeply. So be patient with yourself and practice, because practice is how we get to wherever we need to get in this life, to get really good at what we're doing. And it's really kind of simple to do, quite frankly. I'm going to simplify it from what I do with my clients, but you'll get the same idea so that you can do what you need to do and remember how to do it. And of course, you can watch the video a few times so that you can practice with me. So what you're going to do, always in the beginning of any kind of hypnotic trance, induction is take a few deep breaths. And the way you want to do this is you want to take a deep breath in, hold it for a couple of seconds, and then release it. So you're going to breathe in your nose, hold it for a couple of seconds, and then exhale through your mouth. All right, so here we go. We're going to get started. And you're just going to do exactly as I tell you to do because it works. All right, I use this trance induction with almost all my clients, not all of them, but most of them. So here we go. Take a nice deep breath in, hold it, exhale. And when you exhale, exhale completely. Take another nice deep breath in, hold it, and exhale completely. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and relax the little muscles by the side of your eyes where your eyelids meet, right here. You're just going to relax those muscles after you close your eyes. So go ahead and close your eyes. You're going to relax those little teeny muscles where your eyelids meet so completely, so thoroughly that when you go to open them, they stay shut and your eyebrows rise. 7-year-olds can do this. 5-year-olds can do this. So you can do it too. So go ahead and make it happen. And if you end up opening your eyes, that just means you didn't relax your eyelids enough. So give it another try. It takes all of 2 seconds or less to make this happen. All right, now, what you're going to do is you're going to take that relaxation that you feel in your eyelids, and you're going to give yourself the suggestion that it's going to go flow to the top of my head, down the bottom of my feet, so I feel really relaxed. And you just go ahead and make that happen. You're going to do this again. You're going to give yourself the suggestion that I'm going to now make myself 10 times more relaxed than I was before. And go ahead and let that happen. And as you're making that happen, you may feel yourself going deeper into the couch or chair or bed, depending on where you're located, sinking in more and more as you are getting more deeply relaxed. Now, you're going to go ahead and you're going to imagine a spiral staircase floating in the sky, because it's really hypnotic this way. And you're going to make it made of carved marble or wood, very similar to what you might see in a MGM musical back in the 30s or 40s, where they had those fancy staircases. But yours is spiral in shape and it's floating in the sky. This is your magical staircase, so make it beautiful, because it's going to allow you to do amazing things. I'll give you a few moments to get that in your imagination. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to tell yourself that as I go down each step, I'm going to double my relaxation. And you're going to count down the stairs. So this is the way you do it. You go 10, 9, 8, deeper, deeper relaxed. 7, 6, 5, feeling totally calm, totally serene, at peace inside and out. 4, 3, 2, 1. And then you're going to go to step 0. And at step 0, you're going to allow yourself to go to a beautiful, relaxing place. It could be a place that you've been in real life. It can be a place in your imagination. It doesn't matter. But this is what you know. There's nobody there, and there's nothing for you to do. You're just going to be. And I'm going to allow you to just be for a few moments so you can understand how relaxing this state is and how beautiful it is. So go ahead and just enjoy your relaxation. Now you can stay here, and that could be all the hypnosis you want to do, because maybe you just need a break. And you can stay in this state for as little or as long as you choose. You can even tell yourself before you even begin the induction that you want to be in trance for whatever the amount of time is that you want. 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever. Doesn't matter. And you'll know automatically, your subconscious mind will know when that time is up, and then it will be time for you to emerge yourself. But we're not going to do that quite yet. Emerge means take yourself out of trance. Because what I want to do is I want to give you a chance to understand how this future pacing works. So what you're going to do now is you're going to bring in some idea of something you truly want to make happen sometime in your future. And what you're going to do is you're going to imagine yourself having that thing occur, the last stage where you know it is actually going to be real. So for example, when I used to go out to California for my trainings, or on any trip for that matter, I would see myself getting on the plane, knowing I was going. That was the last step that I needed to know that I was going. In terms of teaching and sharing my knowledge, I saw myself instructing a group of people in this work, which was pretty easy to do because I've given a lot of demonstration lectures over the years in person to Rotary clubs and other such places. And I just imagined it for what it was, and that actually came to pass. On top of helping my clients and the woman who needed help with their pain control. Now, I didn't know the pain control was going to happen the way that it was going to happen. That was my mentee's idea. But you see, you don't have to necessarily know how something's going to come to pass. You just let it come in the way it's going to come in. And in this case, it was a phone call from my trainee asking me if we could do pain control with hypnosis. I joked with him because he had just dinner training with me. And he knew that we could do this if he had paid any attention. So I asked him if he had paid any attention. And we were able to get it together and do some really amazing work for the very poor woman in Uganda. And we worked with the best nurses and the best doctors ever. Heart-centered, they had next to nothing to work with, but they did amazing things, and they're just really beautiful people over there in Africa. So if you ever get a chance to volunteer, go. Now, it's your turn. Go ahead and imagine something that you want to bring into your future. Something important to you. Maybe hopefully meaningful to the larger world at large. Go ahead and get that idea in your mind. I'll give you a few moments to get that into your mind if you don't already have an idea. And being in the altered state, it'll be pretty easy for you to make happen. So go ahead and make it happen right now. Now that you have your idea, what you're going to do is you're going to see that last step to know that it's actually going to be something brought into the physical world and into your reality. And what you can also do is you can actually put it into your timeline. So you can see yourself in the future exactly when you want to make it happen. So go ahead and do that now and have fun with it. This should be fun and exciting. Now, it's time to thank your subconscious mind for helping you to do all the really cool stuff that you just did. And then you immerse yourself. The way that you immerse yourself, you can just open your eyes, but it's really much nicer to thank your subconscious mind for helping you, as I said. And then you're going to count yourself up. Count down to go into trance, count yourself up to immerse yourself out of trance. So usually you go to the count of 5. So the count of 1, thank yourself for taking this time to do this hypnosis for whatever the purpose was. Count of 2, go ahead and remind yourself that you can use hypnosis to make pretty much anything happen in your life that you'd like to make happen. Count of 3, take a deep breath in, and then you exhale. Count of 4, safely move your arms and legs as you're starting to come back in the room. And the count of 5, tell yourself to be wide awake, alert, and clear, feeling better than you have in a long, long time. You open your eyes and you come out, and I'll tell you this. Some people are a lot more talented at hypnosis when they first learn how to do this than others. So sometimes what happens is they come back, they open their eyes, and it's kind of shocky. For others, it takes a little bit of practice, like what's true for me. And I promise you, if you practice this, and it won't take that much practice, you're going to get really good at it. You're going to be able to induce yourself into a trance state in a matter of, 30 to 45 seconds. And then you'll be able to make amazing things happen in your life. As I said, it's an amazing skill to have, so you can use it whenever, however you choose, so long as you're in a safe place where you can keep your eyes closed. I trust that you found this to be helpful, and it'll be more helpful as you start using it going forward in your life. As always, I thank you for spending your time with me. Until next time. Bye-bye.